Alrighty, so here we are at Thursday of week 5, and we have some continuing work, right? So the bootstrap, the second part of this, so 36 minutes forward, code that up. Same structure, we're using the same directory as before, so there's nothing different there. And then just submit your GitHub URL for your private and put in, like I showed before, that folder for bootstrap cheat sheet. Okay, so we're going to learn, so that's, I don't think you'll need anything else for that, but for the next, the hands-on, we're going to do something a little different. Git branch is an important part of understanding GitHub. So when and just until you have some hands-on experience, it's kind of hard to describe what this is, but basically, and I like the website we're going to use because it gives you a visual. But basically, when you create a branch, you take whatever you've done so far and you go off and you create a branch of that. You start working on that branch, and then you may or may not merge that branch back into the master. And this is when you're doing new features or you're doing a bug fix or something like that. And so I just want you to have the experience. We're not going to do a lot of branching in this class, but I want you for your future to know how to do this. So what we're going to do is two things. First, I'm going to have you walk through an online, I think it's pretty cool. It's actually changed from the last time I did this, so I had to spend a little time figuring it out myself today. But I'm going to show you what I want you to do here. When you're done, and you don't have a lot to do here, but just get some experience at doing those commands. And then I'm going to have you actually move into your public repo, create a new branch, name it whatever you want, update your MD file to say something about branching, do the workflow to push this update to GitHub, and then change, should be change back to master branch, merge your master and then merge your branch, do the workflow and then push to GitHub, and then provide a link to the branch on GitHub. So what we're doing here is we're creating the branch, you're updating some content, you're pushing that branch up to GitHub, and then you're coming back locally and merging, going back into the master and merging that into your, what was in your branch into your master. But what this does is it actually ends up putting the branch up in GitHub. Right, so in other words, I actually did this twice. I called it dev, and then the second time I did it dev1. But if you've done this, what you'll end up seeing, and then I just want you to provide a link to this, right? So in this link is providing to this branch, right? Most of the time, and probably from here on out, I'll be working on the master branch. But for this example, I want you to provide us a link to, and that just shows that you created it. But make sure you do merge that back. And change back to the master branch, because that's really what we want to do the work on. Okay, and then so that's the second part. So let me show you the first part. And I'm going to switch to Firefox real quick. And so what I've done here is I've gone to the link that I provided you, right? And it's going to show the commands just so you can do some reading here about what git branch is, right? And then I'm going to have you do start at 2, and all you have to do is go to 3. But I will tell you, it is good to work through some of these more advanced topics that we won't cover. So when you start at 2, you'll just learn some branching. But ultimately, when you get to a 3, you'll get a message saying you've finished, right? So this gives you, right, here's the verbal version, like here's what you're going to be doing, here's about git branches. Right, and then it shows you even git branch, and then this uses the branch name new image, right? And it just shows you the commands to do that, right? And it shows you a visual, which I really like about this, right? And then git commit, so you've made changes, and now you're gonna, so you've made your branch, you made some changes, right? Boom, and then we do git checkout, and then so it shows you what you want, what you're gonna do here, right? So read through all that. And then shows you another one you're going to do. And so then you come in here, and let me actually raise this up just a little bit. And here's your visual if you want the hint back, right? Let me see if I have, maybe my page is not big enough. Yeah, so I'm actually going to have to, so what you're going to see on the bottom of your screen is a $sign, and that's where you'll put in your commands. For some reason, because I had my, let me refresh real quick, see if I have to go through that again. Oh, I do. I don't want to do this one again. The reason I can't see it is that let me see, let me just exit out of here. My resolution, because of my screen print of my screen capture, is not showing it, but you'll see a command down here in the bottom. And so what you want to do is follow those commands that it just shows you how to do, right? So it actually gives you little hints up here, and all you have to do is get through 2 and then get through 3, right? So 2 just teaches you how to do it, and it's really through 3, and when you complete 3 is where you'll take a print screen that you completed 3, okay? Okay, so once you do that, then you want to upload, and again, do your process here, right? So place that, and now I'm going to go local, right? So place that, and you can do this, right? Matter of fact, what I would do sequence-wise is do the get learn, right? Create your print screen, and then do your get flow here, and matter of fact, I think I'll go back and update the instruction, right? And then once you're done with that, then go and do this part, okay? So I'll update the content here so that you know. So once you finish this one, matter of fact, I think I got to change that URL too. But once you get through that, you get through 3. When you get, you'll start with 2, you'll go to 3, not a big deal. When you get through 3 and you get the, yeah, you solved it. Actually, they'll say you solved it. Then take the print screen, do your workflow on this one, and then go back and do this, okay? So that's what you need to do for the hands-on. And again, just more get experience. It just cannot hurt. So the last thing I'm going to have you do here, and I talked about it in week 4, is I've already released the requirements that I had as of last semester for the Project Zero, right? So 20 topics from all the course material, lectures, hands-on course content, and place it in 4 to 5 categories. And this will become more clear as we do the bootstrap theme, which we'll do in probably next week. So read through these, right? And so each topic will become a page on your website, right? So each of these topics will become a page. And this is your menuing system. And then you don't have to write a lot of content. Matter of fact, like I said before, this will be gleaned from what you already have written. So it's only that main page that you have to use, okay? So again, now I want you to not just look at it, I want you to consider this, right? So because this is coming at you in week 9. So, but I've actually been doing some thinking here, and I want to give you an alternative as well. So I'm open to students following the original requirements or doing a profile site or, our vanity site, we call them. Using the same requirements for Project Zero, but instead of the course content, use something that you would want, yourself, your projects. And if you have another idea, approach me with that, but I would need to approve it if it's outside of these ranges, right? So what I want you to do here is I want you to consider this, and there may be questions, and just know that for pretty much from here on out, I will have at least 1 item per week that we're working on this project, just to get us in the mode of working towards it, since it's such a big part of what we're doing, okay? Now, last thing I'm going to say here, and just so you know the heads up now, this day that it's really the end of our class, right? The 11th, I'm actually heading out for a trip. I'm heading to New York. I'll be leaving that Thursday and won't be back until Tuesday the following week. So planning ahead, if you want to talk to me, you would have to talk to me on the 10th. Now I will be grading as I'm traveling. That's just what I have to do, and that's okay. But just know if you want to talk to me, it would need to be on October 10th, no later than October 10th, because once I leave out on October 10th, then I will be gone. I will be gone until the following Tuesday, and by that time this is over, right? So, and there's no fudge on this. There's no late work submitted for this. This has to be done because when I wake up on the 12th, then what I'm going to do is grade this project. But again, the sooner you submit this project, the better off, because then you can get my feedback and make any changes that you would need to do. And again, this is 25% of your grade, so way important. I'm going to have to redo the course stuff for next week because we're actually a little ahead, which is cool. I like that. That was my intention this year. I've actually cut back on the lynda.com lectures, and I've leaned more to the hands-on stuff. But we are going to have to return to some of that core lecture material just to get some e-commerce discussion down, some SEO, some search engine optimization. But I just want you to kind of know where we're at. All right. Have a great week. Talk to you later.